Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Dina Yolaraswati, and today we will be sharing my reflection on two important linguistic case studies from my midterm assessment in social linguistics in education. So I choose from the three case. I choose two. The first case is about code switching and translanguaging. Then the third is how language, gender, and classroom. So this case studies explore real classroom situation in Indonesia, involve multilingual language use and gender dynamics in English classroom. I choose this case because they resonate with the challenges and realities we face as educators in multilingual context. So the first case is about code switching and translanguaging. It's about how the teacher use code switching strategies to aid comprehension. When students have struggled to understand English in grammar explanation, the teacher switch to Indonesian to clarify concept. Then translanguaging is how students use to their complete linguistic repertoire, mixing English, Indonesian, and Sundanese during group discussion. Like that is that we can know as translanguaging. This field use of multiple languages reflects the multilingual reality of Indonesian classroom. It allows learners to engage with English learning while maintaining their linguistic and cultural identities. In my analysis, show that code switching and translanguaging serve as valuable pedagogical tools, scaffolding learning rather than being communication error. So the implication here for the teacher is to embrace multilingual practice and design lesson that incorporate L1 and L2. This approach reduces language anxiety and promotes student confidence and harness learners' full linguistic potential. So then I choose the third case study is about language, gender, and classroom interaction. As we know, male is more dominant in classroom about classroom interaction. How? Because the male have many confident with than the female. So yes, the third case reveals how gender affect participation in English speaking activities, how male students tend to dominate discussion, often interrupting and overshadowing female students who hesitate to speak true to fear to making mistake and being laughed at. This gender gap highlights the broader social norms and valorize male assertiveness and quiet female behavior. So, female student is linked to language anxiety and identity concern. This unequal participation limits female learners' opportunity to practice and develop English skill, thereby affecting their academic growth. The teaching implication is the need for gender-sensitive classroom management. Teachers should cultivate an inclusive classroom culture by encouraging equal participation, promoting respectful communication, and reduce fear of errors. Activities such as structured turn taking and supportive feedback can empower female students and balance participation in classroom interaction. So, everyone, these case studies emphasize the importance of sociolinguistic awareness in teaching English in Indonesian, understanding the dynamic use of languages and social factors like gender can help teachers create more equitable and effective learning environment. Then we know how the teacher use code switching and translanguaging in the classroom by valuing multilingual identities and addressing gender inequalities. Teachers not only improve language learning outcomes but also contribute holistic development of their students in Indonesian diverse socio-cultural context. So, thank you for listening my reflection today, and I hope it provides the critical role of sociolinguistics in education and inspire thoughtful to teachers in multilingual classroom. Okay, so maybe that's all for me. Thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.